Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. So in the last episode we explored around the world and gathered the vast majority of everything that remains. In this episode we're doing what we've been told to do for quite some time, which is come to the incredibly cool but still slightly bordering on the orange ruins, wreck of the G.F.S. Valhalla. So we've got all sorts of stuff floating around to scan. Oh no! Well, I still got it. Stiletto fighter destroyed. Severe hull damage detected. Energy systems short-circuiting. Where am I? There, over here, there's what appears to be the fore section of the ship. Federation frigate, oh no, it's a different one. Hull wreckage appears to have been taking a direct hit from a space pirate destroyer. You've got various floating ships that all tell various parts of the same story. Over here as well, you've got another stiletto fighter. Thruster's damage in combat. Impact was unavoidable. And on the ground, an energy cell. That's a weird energy cell. I don't know whether I counted it in the visualizer at the top or not. Depends how many energy cells I said there were overall. 8 or 9. But there you go. There's the last one. And this is what we use them all for. Slap them in there. Push in, come on. Oh, for God's sake, right, push, twist. There we go. Fun. I think that one was in the visualizer. Well, you'll know by now anyway, won't you? So, because it's a Olympus-class cruiser, the Valhalla has a very similar layout to the G.F.S. Olympus in the beginning of the game. So that might help you navigate it slightly. There's some things here which you very much want to scan. This is your only chance, really, to scan them. Oh, not those things going past, though. They are also a new scan. Aye, bugger! So those are mini-roids, the little things. Combat rating negligible. Infant has not developed powers, so it's a baby little Metroid. Oh, the thing that attacked us there has gone. And as I say, those are the only ones in the world. So because I like 100%, I'm going to go get in my ship and come out again. Right, take 2 of scanning these fuckers, because they're fast-moving as well. As you can probably tell, they're a Shriek Bat variant, but these are Phazon Shriek Bats. Aggressive ceiling dweller that dive bombs approaching organisms, like every other Shriek Bat, but one of the reasons you... Oh, dear me. Oh, he's died in a horrible way. And yes, he has died. This guy too. God, that's rough. I kind of hate these, Metroid freeze frames, because they are just terrible. We've got Phazon Metroids again here, which we can just kill very quickly by shooting them in the brain with the Nova Beam. That weirdly took way more shots than it normally takes. If you haven't scanned Mini-Roids yet, there's loads of them up there. As the game says, they are pretty much not a threat to you. There we go, that's how easily you... Stop barking. Stop barking! Help! Oh, do I just have to roll underneath it? Oh yeah, apparently that works. But yes, you can just shoot them in the brain and one shot should usually kill them. Anyway, up here we've got a few more things. We've got some slag to melt here, and behind it are 2 energy cell ports. You can kind of see why I didn't really want to bother exploring here until I'd gathered all of the energy cells, because you can't get everything here until you've got all the energy cells. So kind of coming here, also when you first get the ability to come here, it's the same enemy, so it's a lot of Phazon Metroids. It's very time-consuming and it can be difficult combat, actually. And so it just tends to be... Oh, here we go. Here's a new enemy. These are... I love this name. These are a phasing. And interestingly, they look the same as the Ing, wall stalker things whose name I can't remember from Metroid Prime 2. Implying, once again, we knew it, but... the Ing were obviously a product of Ether being hit by a Leviathan seed, so the Ing are very much Phazon-based, except for the fact they're purple rather than blue. It's weird that there's no impact crater or obvious sign of the seed on Ether, in the same way that there was an obvious sign of it on Talon 4, like the impact crater and its Guardian Metroid Prime still being there. Anyway, this is worth getting here. A bit of G.F.S. lore. The Talon 4 incident, as we were talking about. Planet Talon 4, formerly a Chozo colony, was struck by a stellar object 50 years ago. Object was later determined to contain large quantities of Phazon. The Chozo were able to stave off the spread of Phazon at the cost of many Chozo lives. The survivors abandoned the planet, fleeing to an unknown location. Decades later, Hunter Samus Aran, responded to a distress call in the sector and discovered a space pirate Phazon mining station there. Aaron eliminated both the pirate and the Phazon threat from the planet, no, not without cost. In case you hadn't played Metroid Prime 1, there it is. now we need to grab from somewhere in here. Is it through there? Is it through here? Oh, that is worth scanning, actually. This thing down here. Oh, at least worth inviting. This device displays energy data for energy cell whatever. And it says it was in a place on Breo, in a hangar security system. Basically, there are loads of things around here that will give you hints to where the energy cells were, which were kind of akin to the hints about where the artifacts were found in Metroid Prime 1. It's a very similar process to that. So any of these little terminals would have given you that information, except we've already got the energy cells. But yeah, they'll give you a little hint to it, which will have one word colorized in it, and that one word will be shared with the room in which the energy cell can be found, which is cool. Anyway, let's head back to the last room we were in, the repair bay. Ugh, these guys are irritating, but it's amazing how quickly they just become not a problem. Like, that's really the main reason why I would not advise coming here until you've got the Nova Beam, because otherwise these guys will just... They're not even much of a combat threat. Normally they're just irritating and time-consuming, whereas when you can shoot them straight in the brain, they are just they are nothing, and it's fantastic, quite frankly. Anyway, at the top here, we need to wait for this arcing to stop briefly, and then we can cross over and continue exploring. This place mirrors quite nicely, I think, though it's quite different conceptually. The frigate Orpheon from the beginning of... Oh dear, there's another phasing on the wall there. Fuck it. The frigate Orpheon from the beginning of Metroid Prime 1. Like spooky ship making creepy noises, full of nonsense. We want to go to the right here, I believe. Yes. I think it's quite nice that the series almost comes full circle in this, because as you can possibly tell, we are getting towards the end of the game here. Here's something fucking useful. So these two things here, Phase-On Enhancement Device and Phase-On. These two are initially there when you first get the Phase-On Enhancement Device on the G.F.S. Olympus. Oh dear, nonsense. Well, here's an advanced version of the Helping Metroid. These are Phase-On hoppers, covered with crystallized Phase-On, spit venom from a distance. So I'm just going to hyper-missile them. It's a nice, easy way to kill them in one. But yes, the... Oh, I need to actually grapple that open, don't I? Those two scans are originally there in the med bay when you first get the PED on the Olympus. And then when you leave that section, I thought I was kind of fucked, and I was holding off revealing it to the audience for quite some time, because I was like, shit, I just missed those two scans, because I was busy talking. It was the beginning of an episode, it was actually the beginning of an intro. And so I just missed them entirely. And then I just found them there again. It's like, turns out those are in that location as well, where I really thought they were one-time scans. So the only thing I need to hope for now is that I can get the Advanced Shield Trooper on the Pirate Homeworld, which I think there is a chance when he pops up, and then there are no scans that I think I'm missing, which is wonderful. Anyway, over here, go on, open up. There we go. We have got a wall that we can grapple away and insert an energy cell into. And that activates a lift. Boop. No need for that to be motion controls, but hey, that's the kind of game this is, as you must have noticed by now. Oh. Thought that lift was longer than it was, went for a drink. Now this is something of significance. This tunnel here contains... Nope. Go back up. There we go. It contains something which isn't particularly special, but also kind of is. Oh no, I do actually want to go down, don't I? Thank you, game. You were correct in the first instance. So down here is a missile expansion. But more importantly, it is our final missile expansion in the game. We now have all of them. We have 255 missiles, and boy, do we never really use more than like 10 or 15 before returning to our ship or something. But I guess they can be useful in hyper mode because they're quick, but it's like the limiting factor on that is the amount of Phase-On you can inject, as in from energy tanks, rather than actually the number of literal missiles you have. It's never really a thing. So I always find it a bit of a strange one. We never run particularly low on missiles at all. I'm going to try and use them a bit more, but I use them more in hyper mode than anywhere else. This guy looks like he's had a bit of a rough time. Appears to have held an energy grenade for too long, crushed by falling debris. Yes, definitely too long if you're causing debris to fall down on yourselves. Through here, oh look at this. Spooky outdoor section. There's an energy cell here, there, and I'm going to come back for that in a second. But for now, we've got like 1,000 phase-on Metroids. But, again, nice and easy to do, as we can just shoot them straight in the brain. There's another enemy that's normally a bugger that you can kill by... Did I kill 2 in one shot? Holy shit, if I did, that's cool as fuck. But yeah, there's another fairly commonly occurring enemy on the Pirate Homeworld that you can kill by shooting in the brain as well. Which we'll hopefully see next episode. Oh dear. Oh, that's bad. He's had a bad time. This all feels very Dead Space, this bit. Oh, by the way, look, there's a fucking atomic over there. We haven't seen one of them in ages, so if you still haven't scanned the one, if you didn't scan the one that's on Theseus, scan that one, otherwise you're going to have a bad time. Because there's one of only 2 in the game. I'm going to take on some of these phase-on hoppers with hyper mode. And where's that atomic gone off to? There he is. Oh, he reflects missiles, doesn't he? That was his thing. Well, let's use some normal missiles on these dudes. Unlike Hopper Metroids, these guys are very much not vulnerable to ice. Missiles just do normal damage against them. Oh, he's fucked up over there, the atomic. They kind of suck into your thing the same way that Bombus and Diligence-class drones do, because they're all the same thing. But there's a couple of panels to rip off on here, into which energy cells go. And there is another thing in the back here. Oh, Olympus-class battleship. If you haven't got it already, that scan's there. There's a couple of duplicate scans here, because that one was also on the Olympus at the beginning. So it's handy that there's basically most of what would, under normal circumstances, be considered one-time scans on the Olympus are somewhere on the Valhalla. And it's stuff like that, which is why I consider this game to be a lot more kind of forgiving in what it considers one-time scans and necessary scans for 100% compared to the other 2 Prime games. We can notice there was an expansion there, like a ship missile expansion, but it's fucked off down these tubes, so we got to really chase it down. And as you can see, it is just in front of us here, but it is running away. I'm guessing that's supposed to be like gas in the tubes, which are not airtight, so that doesn't work, but hey, once you chase the bastard down, there you go. Final ship missile expansion. Isn't this great? Right, now, do you remember I drew attention to that bit when we were outside when there was no air? There was the bit where there was a fuel cell to the energy cell point to the right, which I said we'd come back to in a second, and then we fought a load of phase-on Metroids. I'm going to head back there. And of course here we can now insert our energy cell in here. Oh, there's Metroids behind me, aren't there? Yep, they're trying to fuck me up, even during the cutscene. Look how rude, bastards. Well, let's shoot them all in the brain. Oh my god, how many of them are there? Several. Oh, there's still 2 more there. Never mind my giggling then. Oh no, there are none. Also, look how many, like... Are those all Metroids out there? If so, holy shit. That's an obscene amount of Metroids. This is a real spooky place, and I do not like it. Sam, I am. But yes, to do here is just a little thing, or not. This is not where I thought it was. Is that liquid phasing or is that a phasing? That's a phasing! And let's snap his neck then. There we go. Through here was what I was thinking. This is... Oh! Gotta hate it every time. Anyway, here is the game's final energy tank. Wonderful. All very exciting. And upcoming is something to remember to scan. Yes, there are still unique scans even this late in the game. Let's break his neck as well. There we go. And yes, so here is a Federation green door, because we've not seen one yet, so do remember to scan that one, and then on we go. Oh dear, that man's had a bad time. Phazon has begun the process of absorbing this dead trooper's body. Oh dear. Oh no! Oh, Phazon Grub, get off me! Shoot! Hey! Yeah, bastards. Oh no! Oh, he fell apart. Oh, I don't feel very good about that at all. Oh, there's another one over there. Phazon spreading out from this target suggests it's a PAD tank malfunction. Well, that's the dangers of using Phazon as weaponry, is boy can it turn on you real fast, because it's a fucking potent mutagen, as the last 2 games and this game have very much put a lot of effort into trying to establish, I believe. We've got 2 energy cell points here, but as you can see, they got some nonsense above them. Security hatch unable to open, control mechanism within wall has probably malfunctioned. So it's our business to go about fixing that. So we go up here, and there's your control mechanism in there. Fire a missile into it. Fixes everything. So here we insert, I believe, our last energy cells? I'll need to check. Push and twist. And then push and twist. Motion controls. Fun! Oh my god, the scary boss of the Valhalla, a Metroid Hatcher! I think that's one of the reasons I find them such a bizarre boss, is because it's really weird to... Like, it's such an odd fight against them normally, and then every other time you fight them after that first one, it's just like, spoing, dead. I feel also like most of these bridges we could have really just worked around them with the screw attack now, but the ship's AU was connected to this platform. Debris suggests that it was forcibly removed. Well, it probably didn't leave of its own volition, did it exactly? We knew that the AU had been... Well, we didn't know the AU had been taken here. We know this is the source of the virus that infected all the other AUs, but we didn't necessarily know that it had been taken, but it's also very much not there. Also, the pirates did tell us in the pirate data that they were... oh dear, oh no, leave that body alone. Actually, that's a space pirate, but still probably don't do anything with it. There's nothing... That Metroid certainly had nothing wholesome in mind, let's put it that way. Oh, there's another one behind me, get away from me. Ah, it's so satisfying being able to kill them that easily with the Nova combo. Anyway, in here we've got a few more things. We have got a dead marine down here. Trooper appears to have been cornered before being impaled with a pirate melee weapon. Oh, good lord, you're not wrong there. And he's got a data pad. This model PDA is commonly used by many Federation personnel. The current display reads 78356. Remember that. And here there is a panel. Data backup terminal online. Enter the proper code to access the data files of the ship. What did I say? 78356, was it? Yes, well done, me.
Data log entry 2467.3. Our efforts to repel the space pirate boarding force have failed. It is vital that the Federation receive this transmission.
Whoops, I skipped something there. That was important, relatively. Not been successful at repelling the space pirates, certainly.
Severing main power. A large bioform is creating a wormhole. Implant into sentient planet, which is the source of all Phazon. Darkness coming.
Secret message discovered, oh yes. Well, that tells us what we somewhat already knew, which is that they took 312 from here, or 313, and implanted him into Phase, the sentient planet, which is the source of all Phazon. I'm always semi a fan of the fact that Metroid Prime games, including this one, very much make you kind of work for the overall plot. You kind of got to piece it together, and I hope you, viewer, have been able to do so at the moment. But if you haven't, yes, Dark Samus, well, I'll scan this and then we'll talk about the plot. Galactic Federation data file, the Anhur incident. Planet Ether, home of the Luminoth, was struck by a Phazon meteor 5 decades ago. The impact had catastrophic effects on an already unstable planet, creating a dark twin of the planet in a dire race known as the Ing. A brutal war between the twin planets took place, with the Ing gaining the upper hand. The G.F.S. tier went into the sector to investigate the pirate activity, but were forced to make an emergency landing on Ether. Shortly after, the entire crew of Tyr were attacked and annihilated by the Ing. Hunter Samus Aran was sent to investigate and wound up entangled in the local conflict. Aran fought against both space pirates and Ing and arose victorious. Ether's dark twin vanished, taking with it the Ing horde, and the planet's peace was finally restored. After the Ether incident, the Federation sent the G.F.S. Anhur back to Ether to deal with the pirate base. Upon arrival, the crew and marines of the Anhur assisted the native Luminoth in dismantling an abandoned space pirate mining facility. During the operation, the crew detected the presence of Phazon. The ship's crew investigated and collected several kilograms of ore, which would later lead to development of the PED. Handy stuff. Final thing over here, as we get into a kind of space pirate boarding craft that's stuck in here, there is a grapple voltage point, so let's juice it up. And it brings down an X-ray terminal. So what do we got? We got X, Samus's gunship, Master Chief's helmet, and coronavirus. Pirate code acquired. Interesting.
The data you just acquired appears to be a space pirate entry code. We are unable to determine its purpose at this time.
Well, rest assured we'll need it pretty soon, which is why I got it. It is certainly necessary to continue the game, don't worry. But But yes, we're gonna. Well, I was gonna say hold the episode there. I just finally want to just talk through the plot for anyone who's. Oh, he's so far away. There we go. Who's not pieced it together? So we destroyed Dark Samus, or so we thought, at the end of Metroid Prime 2. But we saw her in the 100% cutscene reforming herself in space. She was basically reformed herself into kind of a phazon form, which was then snuck into the cargo of, basically as the space pirates fled ether, they took some phazon with her. Dark Samus latched onto that and reformed herself there. That ship was a ship called the Colossus. She overtook the Colossus and the minds of the crew, and then she opened a wormhole to very far away in space, to a planet which the Chozo had detected centuries earlier, called Phase, a sentient planet made entirely of phazon. She opened a wormhole through to there and brought the first Leviathan, through from there. She then, the space pirates then morphed the Leviathan with their own ship, the Colossus, to make the Leviathan battleship, and had Phase launch a Leviathan seed at the space pirate homeworld, which was then overtaken, and most of the remaining pirates were brainwashed to work for Dark Samus. Following that, Dark Samus then used she stole an Aurora unit and used it to take full control of Phase, and then uses Phase from there to launch Leviathan seeds simultaneously at 3 targets: Norian, Bryo, and the other one, Norian, Bryo, and Alicia. There, obviously, we came in, and you know pretty much the story from there. And we're going to hold it there, and that was actually really good timing, because that's just enough time for me to backtrack to my ship. So, Valhalla, creepy place, full of lore. Next episode, we are going to be going for our full assault on the pirate homeworld. We've got everything we need to take down the shield, and allow Admiral Dane to start the attack on the place, and really make a final push to destroy that final seed, and then take the fight to Dark Samus. Hope you'll join me then. Thank you very much, and good day.